Right, so I've been messing around with my audio since about 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's now 9:15 on Sunday evening. I've actually set up my OBS so I can manage things better. I've been using something called Camo Studio, just something I was recommended to. The challenge I had was when I record with Camo Studio, every couple minutes there'd be like an audio blip, it would just silence. And you might have seen in my last two videos, like last two videos that weren't in a car, there would be like some really bad cuts. I'd make some really bad cuts, and it probably looked like, Charlie's not cutting videos well. But the actual reason is that sometimes it cuts out at a perfect moment when I'm eyeing or umming. But it would just, sometimes it would cut at a really bad space. And if I had done more than one, let's call it take of what I was saying, I could recover it. But sometimes I only had one take, and then there'd be this audio cut, and there's literally nothing I can do about it. I wanted to make a video because I haven't made one in a long time. I feel frustrated about it, but I'm not going to do another sob story. It made me reflect on a conversation I had with someone I've been working with recently, Antoinette van Westhuizen. She's a HR manager. She does EOR. She worked for one of the biggest consultancies, or global consultancies in the world, here in South Africa, and she left them a few months ago. Take a stab at doing her own thing, and it's been a big challenge. And I've been going through a tough time, and I was talking to her, and we were trying to figure out something about me. So I have this new thing I'm launching soon, hopefully. I've been saying that for a long time, called Herdnet. And what Herdnet is going to be, basically it's going to be like a cybersecurity marketplace. So we've taken the sales funnel and we've done like a 180 with it. According to me, companies care about two things: cost and trust. Trust has two parts. Cost is, what is this going to cost me? And the second part is trust. And the two parts of trust is, do I trust this company to do the service that I need them to do? And do I have trust in them to do it well, to the level I need it at? And yes, we've had some challenges with the Herdnet. The biggest, most frustrating part is payments. I did a post on LinkedIn trying to figure out what the best way is. Some people recommended Ozo. I did a call with them, and they can't solve all my problems. I then did a call with someone I know I've worked with before, Anna Hall. She works at a company called Thinks Applied Research. I do some recruiting for them and some sales. And I had this thought, and I was like, well, who do I know that can accept payments from anywhere in the world? And I was like, well, Thinks Applied Research knows how. So I did a call with Anna, and she explained how their setup works, and it's pretty simple. It was almost too simple for me. It was so simple I didn't even consider that they had the right solution. Their solution is layered, but it's a workable solution. I get my financial model because it's going to drastically affect that. The solution they use is quite costly on the percentage, and I'm planning to do this as a high value, low yield thing for myself, i.e. I take a small cut, like a referral fee, for all the work that I bring through to security consultancies and freelancers through Herdnet. And Antoinette asked me, she says, why have you not launched it? And I said, look, the payments is something I need to figure out, but I could have figured out most of it already. I had to make a few phone calls. I had to call banks because we're designated as a marketplace. It means the regulations around it are quite strict. What I established with a call with Anna Hall was that it's not necessarily a payments company problem, it's a South African legislative problem. So I could have probably solved these things by now, and for some reason I haven't, and I don't know why, but maybe I do. So this YouTube, I want to do about careers, so it needs to be at a crossroad of careers, cybersecurity, and jobs. But life has been lifing, and life tends to slide in sometimes when you least expect it. And it makes it tricky. And my action might not have solved the problems, but it would have got me further down the road to get to the solution potentially. And I can't bring myself to do it. I'm stuck in this cycle of getting somewhere, and not because it's tough. It's not particularly a difficult problem to solve. I just can't bring myself to pick up the phone and call the bank and make a plan and figure this out and get it out. Now, what we have discussed is maybe we just find the super simple solution. Rock PayPal, invoice to our South African account. We have Forex CFC accounts that are transactional, which is problematic, but I can accept payment in pretty much any currency, or let's say the top 5 currencies. So US dollars, pounds, euros, Australian dollars, and even some Singaporean dollars. And I think there's else. One or two others, sorry. And let this not become such a problem before it indeed is a problem. And it made me think. When I started this, I knew I had a reputation within myself and within my personality to start things. I love thinking about something. I love researching it. I love figuring out how it can go wrong, how it can work, what it can do, the sort of financial model of it. I figure out all the problems, I figure out the solutions very quickly. And what I've learned over time is that, I can't remember where I saw it, but the dopamine release you get from doing the thing and talking about doing the thing is almost equal. Now, I'm not a mental health expert, I am not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, I'm not giving any advice, but I have caught myself before becoming almost euphoric about talking to people I look up to, people I aspire to, good friends of mine, people that give me good advice, that tell me why my thing's not going to work, or tell me that my thing's awesome. I get so much satisfaction out of it that I'm almost so drained afterwards. Like, I have this extreme high euphoric feeling, and then I crash, because then reality kicks in and it's like, well, you got to go do the thing now. And then I don't. So at the start of the whole Herdnet journey, I spoke to my developer, a friend of mine who's a partner with me on this. And I said to him, mate, I need your help. You need to check me on something, because I know I've started things and never finished them. And I need to finish this thing. I want to finish this thing. And it reminds me of a lot of things that in the past. I signed up for a NEBOSH health and safety course in the UK. I signed up for it, I paid for it, I started doing the coursework, never wrote the exam. I signed up for my IS2CC, I did all the coursework, I was ready to rock, and then I tripped when I had to book my exam. I signed up to study engineering at university with my enhanced learning credits, because I served in the British military, so I can still study for free, or pretty much free. Those have now lapsed, and I think I got as far as enrolling and then stopping. I still to this day want to complete a degree. I'm currently exploring options at UCT. Rhodes used to have a very good cybersecurity master's program. UCT has like a BSc honors 2-year program, which is mostly remote. It's one anyway. And I would love to sign up for this degree. Terrified I'm not going to finish it. And I'm not going to really disappoint anyone in that, except myself. And when it comes back to Herdnet, if I don't pull the pin out of this thing and just launch it, it sounds crazy, but it's never gonna. It's not gonna go anywhere. And Antoinette was kind of trying to find out. She was trying to find out and understand why I don't want to launch this damn thing. And I said to her, it feels like as soon as we hit that launch button, immediately I'm going to be stripped of all my clothing and I'm going to be standing in my birthday outfit in the middle of the high street in Cape Town, surrounded by everyone I work, every client I have, past, present, future, people that liked me, people that disliked me, people that thought I was stupid, people that, schooled, that gave me such a hard time. My wife, my daughter, my parents, my siblings, or my sibling, they're all going to see me there standing naked. And I'm pretty confident I'm not exactly the oil painting and a good sight to see, sort of neck down. But I'm terrified. And that conversation I had with her made me reflect on my YouTube. And once again, I don't want to make my YouTube channel about my struggles. But I think there is purpose and value in being authentic and honest and upfront, especially when you're struggling with something, because there's a lot of people out there that don't treat me as superhuman, but when they meet me, they look at me and talk to me like I am above them. I am like a celebrity, and there's like celebrityness in, there's a lot of that going around. Different people do different things with that attention, and I'm always, when people go like that, I always thank them for their recognition and their thanks. But I say, hey man, I'm just a human. Like, if you need anything from me, drop me a message. If I don't reply to you, it's not because I'm too important. It's just because I'm damn busy. But I can tell you what, if you message me again, I'll get back to you. If we have a conversation and I'm meant to do something and I don't get back to you, just drop me a message going, hey dude, did you have time to look at this or time to look at that? And yeah, I need to do the thing. Yes, life has been challenging. Business has been extremely tough. But there's some really awesome, promising things in the pipeline right now that I am really, really excited about. One of the things is I made a post the other day and I said, I've got a lot of resources. So I've got like a resume checklist, which I think could be a lot better. I need to put more effort into it. But I spent quite a bit of time on a resume guide, like a guide on how to write a resume. And it's about a 25-page document. It could very easily be a 40-page document. I've got a couple of resume templates, both on Google Docs, on Canva. I've got a lot of useful things, and I thought, at one point my thought process was to sell these things on Etsy, and I might still do that. But I thought, why don't I put it all in a Google Drive? And on these videos, and when I'm posting on LinkedIn or whatnot, put it out there and say, hey, I've got this thing. These are the resources you get it. This and this and this is there's a lot of jokes about it, but it's a living document. So my resume guide will keep adapting and keep evolving. And with time, I'd love to actually get some industry experts to look at it and add and contribute to it. So, it can be a guide that you access and use for the rest of your life. You could use it for the next, I don't know, 40 years until I'm in an old age home. And I think it's very scary for me to put myself out there like that. Even though I put myself out there in many things, I'm a walking contradiction. And starting things and not finishing it. I think it has been probably 3 weeks since I uploaded a video. And we had 2 goals after we achieved our first one, which was to upload 20 videos in total, at least once a week. Maybe I didn't make that promise. And they had to be of reasonable quality. And I think I reflected on my previous video, which I'm looking forward to making a video, posting it, and afterwards going, I am really proud of that video. But that's my own battle to solve. You know, once again, it's the audio. The audio, I think, is the biggest fail point right now. My video's not great, but it's going to get better. And I'm rambling now, but I've had this thought that how cool would it be if I use what I have and I only improve my setup with earnings that I make from this. Now, I'm a long way from getting monetized. I'm a very long way from getting a brand deal, and I don't even know if I want to do that. I don't even know if I want to do sponsorships. So, you know, it's a chicken and egg situation. Do I spend the money when I have it to get a better microphone, get a better phone, get a camera that I can record? Because I think there'll be value in having a camera always set up here, connected to my PC with my light here, so I can just put the light on, connect the thing, and hit record in OBS. That's part of what I did today. I was experimenting with OBS, but I had this massive audio jitter, and I'm telling you now, if this video has audio jitter, God help us all. I have a few plans. So yeah, I want to put all these resources in a really cool Google Drive, and then sell access to it for $39, $59, $99, I don't know what. Maybe I need to take a page of other people and sell it really cheap so more people can get it, which I don't think is a bad idea at all. I need to be careful of putting a monetary value to it in relation to the time put in. Like someone I work with sometimes, Jerome Alshut post the other day is like, oh, if you sell it for $100, you might sell 2. You sell it for $50, you might sell 4. But if you sell it for $1, you might sell 1 million. I think I'm a long way from selling to 1 million, but I need to check my ego there. And I think I am personally someone that's willing to pay the price. I look at what Tyler Ransby is doing, and I've got a grasp on the content he's made as far as learning stuff. And I'm seeing the feedback he gets, and I look at it and I go, I think this is too cheap. But maybe there's 2 parts to it. One is he's also doing a lot of this. You're doing this to pay his bills, but he's also doing this out of the goodness of his heart. So he doesn't want to price gouge people and charge them $400 for his fishing course. And it's his right and it's his prerogative. But maybe he's taking the sell it for $1, sell 1 million angle. You know, at the price point he has it, the stuff is ridiculously accessible, even for South Africans. So I need to give that some thought. And I think because when I did some career consulting like a year or 2 ago, and I put it out there, and I had an hourly rate, and I found a flaw in that a lot of people that need resume advice and career coaching are either unemployed, been laid off or retrenched, and they don't have $100 per hour to spend. Now I know I could give them $100 worth of value per hour. I am 100% confident of that. But when I put it out there, within a few days, I got this guy that commented on it, and he just still don't know if I'm allowed to swear. He shat all over it. And he told me on this and told me on that, and I had a conversation with him. Also did OSINT on him to see what else he had commented where. And the guy was negative about everything and everyone. And I should have looked at that and gone, maybe I shouldn't take critique from someone that's just a negative Nancy. Maybe I should look at the positive I can bring from this. And then I started doubting myself. And in the end, everyone that came to me, and I said, oh, don't worry about paying, man. Let's just sort your CV. Let's help you get a job. And I've helped quite a few people get a job like that, where I earned nothing. I didn't earn a placement or placement fee or anything. But it's that whole stepping across the line and having the confidence to hit record, even when life is kicking your ass. Even when you feel guilty to hit record because you have other priorities. You know, you have a business that provides, that feeds a family, that keeps a roof over their heads. I don't know what it is, and I need to figure it out. And I'm probably going to go speak to a professional again. I've been speaking to a professional for quite a while now, let's say for the last year. I haven't spoken to her in a while, but maybe I should, because I've got like this, I've got a problem that's similar to someone very close to me. It's a person, they're neurodiverse, and they had massive performance anxiety related to work, like failing, disappointing. They had that, but then they got so up in their head they just failed to start. So I need to work through this. I want to get back to making content of a decent quality. I think one of the stoppers I've also had is I want to do like I've done a video about resumes, but it was just a first video. But I want to do like a full-length resume guide and go through every single solitary stage in a resume, like from your personal information. I do a 20-30 minute video just on that. Then on your summary, then on your skills, then on your education, how best to structure it, how to layer it. Like it could be a 20-part video or 20 to 30 minute videos talking about aesthetics, layout, structures, little cheats, using LLMs to do this stuff. And maybe it's because I've had that idea. Maybe it's because I've had that idea and I think to myself, I need to learn how to screen record on an iPad that I have with a pencil so I can like draw on it and make notes, and I need to figure out how to like put that together in a video. It's not something I've done. And you know what I need? I need one of these overhead cameras. Then I can maybe print a resume and red line it and show things. Because I don't want to make 6 how to do a resume like master classes or courses or whatever. I don't want to do 6 in the next 2 years. I want to do 1, do it right, and then it's done. Maybe I refresh it every 5 years, but the anxiety of having to do just that video has been killing me. Antoinette and I spoke and we said we're going to do a video at one point because I want to hear a TA's perspective, talent acquisition perspective. So what an internal recruiter, internal HR, what they go through, what they think about, and what makes a difference. Because I've learned so much from Antoinette, and I do have access to a lot of amazing people in the industry that could be of great use and benefit. I've got no shortage of ideas, I've just got a lack of execution. But right, I'm going to work through that. I want to edit this video as little as I can. It's not going to have a good hook. It's not going to have a good call to action. I feel like I need to get it out there. I feel like I relapsed. Like it's the opposite way around. I relapse now, and this is me getting back to my steps. I need to be kinder to myself. and I need to get things done, especially when the opportunity allows itself. And I will get a better microphone, and I will get a better camera, and I will get better at editing. Hopefully with this, A, there's no audio problems, and B, I've solved the camera problem. If this audio is jittery, I'm probably going to throw my computer through a window. So if you don't hear from me again, that's the problem, or you might need to buy me a computer. But alright, have a fantastic week. Catch you later. Have a good one. Yeah, I've been. I can't do myself so much. I have been messing around with my audio since about 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's now 10 past 9.